Okay, problem 15, and you will see this problem from time to time. You know, it's an area problem or a perimeter problem, and these aren't hard at all. Actually, they're kind of easy. But it does take some explaining to understand what's going on. So you kind of got to follow me for a little bit. And a lot of times teachers would draw the rectangle and all that. See, I'm not going to do that here because there's a few things that I know. See, one thing that I know in a word problem, this is an algebra class. So look, I already know I'm having x. X is what I don't know. So wait a minute. Does it give me a number? Which one gives me a number? Let's see. The length gives me a number. It's 3. 3 times. The width doesn't. So my width must be x. And then it says that my length is 3 times x. Well, wait. So this is my width. Then my length. Well, I don't know what my width is, so that's x. They said the length is, they're talking about it like it's a width. So that must be talking about x as well. Matter of fact, when you get a perimeter problem, both sides are x. It just depends. One side's longer than the other. So, for example, if it says, oh, the length of the rectangle is 2 times the width, then one is x, the other is 2x. I mean, if it says it's 4 times the width, one is x, one's 4x. If it says it's 6 times the width, one is x, one is 6x. Well, what'd you do here? You'd add them. I mean, because that's what you do with perimeter. You add all the sides, but there's 4 sides. So even after you add them, even though you got 4x, you still got to double it. Then you have 8x, and then that would be equal to your perimeter. So, is there an easier way to think about this? Well, sort of. Here's what you do with perimeter problems. Now, follow me closely, because if you can remember this, you will get perimeter. Not only get the perimeter problems right every time, you will do it in very short amount of time. Here's how it works. Watch this. This is all you got to do. It's always going to say the word times, right? Look at the word right before it. It says 3. Okay? Take the number 3, add 1, and then that's 4. Then double it. That's 8. That's how many x's you will have in your problem. And then all I have is just x on one side, and whatever they tell me the perimeter is, that's 48 on the other. So watch. You can do this every time. It doesn't even matter. Okay? If I had a problem, and instead of it saying 3 times, let's just say I cross out 3 and I write 5 times. Okay? So then I would take the number 5, add 1, because the 5 is just my length, and then the 1 is my width. So I have 5 x's, I have 1 more x, I have 6 x's. But I need to double it, because remember I've got 4 sides. And that's how many x's I will have on one side of my problem. So then I've got 12x on one side and 48 on the other. And now you just got to do is divide by 12 and I'm done. Pretty easy trick if you can remember this. So let's try this again with just 3. Or I'll even try it with 4. Let's try it with 4. So let's just cross out the word 3 and let's write 4 here. Okay, so I see the word 4 times. So I write 4, and then I have 1 more. That's for the width. That's 5. Now remember, I'm doubling. Now I have 10 x's. So now I have 10x equals 48. All right, so let's solve this problem for real now. Now that you kind of got the idea. So I see the word 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. And then double that, that's 8x. And that's how many x's you have. And that makes a lot of sense, too. You think about it. So there's your rectangle. There you go. Got 48 in the middle. So the length is 3x. And I have the same length on both sides. And then the width, I don't know, that's x. If you look at it, 3x plus 3x is 6x, plus another x is 7x, plus another x is 8x. So, it's just a real shorter version, and it's built off some degree off common sense and just some things about your teacher just describing some patterns that he's noticed in his life. So when I solve for x equals 6, and the width was x, remember? Because they didn't really tell me anything about width. If they never tell you anything, it's just x. You don't have to do anything else. So they never told me width was x. They asked for width. So when I solve for x, I'm good. Now if they asked for length, then I'd have to triple it. So you have to kind of go back and reread the question. Just because you solve for x doesn't mean that you're done or it's right. You still have to go back and see, like, okay, I got two different ideas. Which one are they asking for? So what type of problem is this? This is a formula problem. Why is it a formula problem? Because there is a set way how to solve this every single time. And I showed you the technique. You find the word, you add 1 to it, then you double. That's how many x's you have, and then take that number and divide by take that number and divide by how many feet that you have, and there you can find either the length or the width. So first step, find the number in the problem, how many more times. Second step, add 1. Third step, multiply by 2. Fourth step, set up your equation. That's how many x's you have, equals whatever number the perimeter is. Fifth step, solve.